You have to meet a very certain set of conditions before a narcissist will tie the knot. In this video, I want to talk about the top reasons why a narcissist will get married. And believe me, love, trust, commitment, and happiness will not be featured on this list. Number 1, guaranteed supply. A breakup is a breakup is a breakup, but getting divorced, this is so much more involved, expensive, and time-consuming. It's harder to get divorced than just ending a relationship. Getting married guarantees a narcissist has much more long-term sources of supply on their hands. This essentially traps the victim. There are a lot of people who can't afford to get divorced. Once married, so many things become tangled up: money, assets, property, and so on. This is also the top way that a narcissist can ensure that they can continue to keep abusing this person behind closed doors. Most narcissistic abuse is taking place very privately. There are things like public humiliation that some narcissists thrive on, but most of the time they are extremely worried about their reputation, and they try to maintain that facade where they are just the nicest person in the world. Number 2, you commit. To piggyback right off the first point, marriage is a commitment that people take very seriously. The narcissist, however, does not. A big reason for marriage is because now the narcissist knows how seriously you take things, how seriously you take the relationship. And now you are fully committed to this person. There is a marriage that you will try to work hard to keep, save, and protect. Once you get married, you are far less likely to let go if that person is not good for you, and narcissists are completely aware of this. The narcissist, however, does not commit, ever. A narcissist doesn't really care what title the two of you have, as long as they have access to you and what you provide to them, to abuse you as long as they want, or for you to give them whatever they want. Just like when the relationship ends and they seem fine just being friends, quote unquote. Exactly, because they don't care what label you slap on it. Boyfriend and girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever it is, whatever your dynamic that you're into. Friends with benefits, associates, whatever. They don't care. They just want to keep you around to continue to have access to everything that you've got. Number 3, goes without saying, we're going to jump right into this. They have access to what you have: money, status, power, who you are, what you got, what you will have. Plain and simple, getting married in a lot of cases gives them a nice little gateway into what you got and what you can provide. And after the divorce, now they got half of what you got. Number 4, they'll never be alone. I don't really want to spend a whole lot of time here because this connects a little bit back to the first point. Some narcissists, not all, but some want to lock down long-term supply because, like I said, once married, you're less likely to leave, and they know this. Marriage becomes a trap, ensuring that they don't have to ever be alone. The spouse will always be there to take the brunt of the abuse from a narcissist. And that's why, for most people who are highly narcissistic, they have to have found a very specific, very good source of supply. Number 5, kids. Whether it's your kids that you might have with another person or kids you have with this person, kids in general do nothing but add to the harem of people that a narcissist can abuse. Narcissists will turn kids against their spouse, team up and gang up on them, things like that. The narcissist will lash out at kids, rule over them with fear. The narcissist might even choose to completely neglect their children. All narcissists choose a different path when it comes to kids. Most of the time, children are nothing more than pawns, leverage, and go-betweens. More tools to help the narcissist on their rampage to get what they're looking for. Number 6, need to look normal. In some cases, narcs get hitched just so they don't look weird. Some of them have families who put pressure on them to get married. Some narcs reach a certain age where they see everyone around them is married and they're feeling that societal pressure. They're becoming that odd one out, that weirdo that has no significant other, that has no children, etc. Looking normal, quote unquote, can also be what narcissists do, and they plaster that marriage all over their social media and they keep up that front while they're still continuing to carry on and, of course, be highly narcissistic and toxic and cheating behind their spouse's back. But sometimes it can be done just so they don't seem as if they're the odd one out, just so they don't seem like the last bachelor or bachelorette in their group of peers, or with their family, or so on. If you'd like to talk with me one-on-one and get some support from a fellow survivor for what you're going through, you can email BookAChatWithJess@gmail.com to set up private chats with me. So why are there some narcissists that don't get married? Or another question I get asked quite a bit is, maybe they were married before, but now they won't marry you. Or they've never been married before. Or maybe they bring it up, but they won't marry you. And just like anybody else, getting married isn't for everybody, and narcissists are no different. However, there are some major reasons why narcissists who are willing to marry, and you know that they are willing to marry as they have been before, or they've brought up that conversation with you, be careful, that can just be future faking. But there are some major reasons why you seem as if you are marryable, is that a word, to a narcissist, and they don't. Number one is because you scare the narcissist. And what I mean by this is you're a good person, but you're not a good source of supply to them. Maybe you've tried to do things like make them go to counseling. Maybe you're on their ass constantly to grow up and take things seriously and move the relationship forward. Perhaps you've tried to expose them. There's a number of things that you can end up doing, malicious or not, that can make you not marriage material to a narcissist. If they're scared of you, scared that you're going to leave, scared that you're going to make them be an adult and do things they otherwise don't want to do, they will not walk down the aisle. Number two, you're not trustworthy. Now take it easy. It's not how it sounds. You're perfectly trustworthy. You're a good person, just not to a narcissist who has trust issues of their own to begin with. If a narcissist thinks that you're going to end the relationship, if they believe that you're cheating, if they believe that you're lying, and they almost always are thinking that, if you are not a 100% complete doormat for this person, they will think twice about getting married to you. You're not marriage material for a narcissist when you do things that they don't like, despite the fact that you're handsome or beautiful, wealthy, successful, whatever. If you do things like stand up for yourself, boost your own self-esteem, you don't allow them to isolate you, you don't fight or engage with them, you gray rock or you walk away, you seem unbothered by their hissy fits, you don't fall into their jealousy traps, you don't fall for future faking, you force them to act responsibly, you make them follow rules and act like an adult. Things like these do not work for a narcissist in the long haul. You become a pain in the ass, you're too demanding, and trying to make them do things they don't want to do. And as such, they will not make that commitment, quote unquote, to you because you are not a valuable, reliable source of supply, frankly, because you're just not big enough of a doormat for them. A narcissist more often than not won't even think about getting married if you don't meet pretty much all of the requirements and are pushover of the year. If you are married to a narcissist and you have questions about that, I always like to recommend the YouTube channel with Rebecca Zung. She's a top-tier divorce attorney, and she talks about toxic marriages and narcs in marriage, and I know that she's helped a lot of people. So Rebecca Zung, it's Z-U-N-G. I'm sure some of you, guys already listened to her. She's very, very good. I'm going to say the same thing I always do. Married or not, leave. You have to leave. It's time to go. It doesn't get better. Sort yourself out and think about what you need to do. If you're not married to a narcissist, consider yourself lucky. I'm sure you do. And I encourage you to think about ending the relationship, married or not. You deserve somebody who is treating you far better than you are being treated right now. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for the support. Please subscribe if you haven't. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.